Worrying about how is one of the biggest time wasters. I know it sounds crazy because everybody wants to know how the plan will work. Now when you're going after your it, which is, as we know, the dream job, the dream car, the spouse, the relationship, the career opportunity, the promotion, you don't need to worry about how it's gonna happen. Just know that it will. Just know that your plan is good enough to achieve it. Worrying about how it's gonna happen puts delay on you, it puts stress on you, it puts strain on you, and before you know it, you'll never move because you'll always be worrying about how things are gonna happen. Just to be a little bit transparent, I wanna share a personal story with you, and you gotta keep this between me and you, like, you can't tell nobody else, this is a secret. So, a little while ago, I remember I was in college and I'm like super motivated, I'm taking all these classes and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna graduate because I really wanted the degree. Like, going to college and graduating was something so big to me. It was something that was instilled to me through my parents. It was something that people in my family had done before and I always wanted the degree, right? So I'm in college, I'm taking these courses and I'm failing tremendously. Like, I am failing. Like, there were some tests that I couldn't do nothing but just write my name and date on there with a little note on the side that said, I'll do better next time. And like, I'm turning these tests in, I'm going to tutoring. I had like 3 tutors. I'm in the library from open to close. Like, I really wanted this. Long story short, one semester, we're sitting in chemistry class and I'm in there and everybody's just like, you know, it's the first day of class, everybody's getting acquainted to the classroom and whatnot. And the professor walks in and he gives us a pop quiz on the first day. And I'm thinking, how you gonna give me a pop quiz and you ain't taught me nothing? But everybody else seemed to be with the program. Like, everybody in the classroom was like, all right, bet, let's go. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. So I get the pop quiz and I'm taking it. And then afterwards, we turn it into the professor and then he starts the first lecture. And so after the first day, you know, I leave and I'm in my car and I'm thinking, I'm trying to cheer myself up and I'm driving like, yeah, that's okay, because the first day is always the hardest. The first day is always the hardest, blah, 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 blah. So I go back to school the next day and we're in the classroom again and he starts the class by giving us back the quizzes. Now, you know your test is bad when the teacher give it to you and they turn it face down and you gotta like pull that little corner of paper up and just, sometimes your test be so bad you can see the red shining through the back of the paper. Like, mine was just illuminating and I already knew it was an F. So I'm just like, okay. So I just did one of them graceful slides, like where you just gracefully slide the paper in your backpack and you just try to move on with your life. That's what I did. So we sit in the class and he begins to lecture and I begin to figure out how I am somewhere, somehow on the wrong track. Like, this is not gonna work, this is not for me. And I had to make a quick decision on how I was gonna get out that classroom. So I remember I took my textbook, I went back to the bookstore and I turned it in. With the money I got back from the textbook, I went to Taco Bell. This sounds crazy. I went to Taco Bell, I got me a Nacho Bel Grande, I got me a drink, and I'm just like eating my sorrows away. At that point, I knew that, or I felt at the time, that the degree wasn't still possible. Like, I felt like my it at the time, which was getting the degree, I felt like my it couldn't happen. So I remember, long story short, I wasn't just failing chemistry, I was failing in math, I was failing in all my other classes, and I ended up dropping out of school. Crazy, right? So I spent this semester and a half out of school. During that time, I had to sit and evaluate myself and say, okay, so my it is not happening right now. And for a long time, I lost hope, I lost like motivation. I just felt really bad about myself. I felt really mentally challenged, if you will, because at this point I knew it wasn't because I wasn't putting in effort, it was just not happening for me. And so after spending some months alone in my house and just kind of really depressed and down about it, I remember one day I just picked myself back up and I'm like, you know what? My it is still possible. The degree can still happen. And I remember registering for classes again, going back, getting more school supplies, and I just headed back off to college, right? Now in the car, on the way there, on the first day of school, I'll never forget it. I'm thinking in my head, how am I gonna pass these classes? How is this gonna work this time? How do I know I'm not gonna fail? How am I gonna explain to my counselor that I'm returning to school? How am I gonna explain to my professors that I'm gonna retake these classes and I'm gonna pass them this time? And truth be told, I'm driving to class, I had a 40-minute drive and I never got the answer how. I learned that day that how never comes until you start to make the move. So you and I, we gotta make the move. Long story short, after returning to college and after retaking courses and after re-talking to the advisor and replanning a schedule, one day I was sitting in the counselor's office and I went to reschedule. After meeting with the counselor, I got there and I was registering for classes, and I took the first semester, did great. Second semester, I went to register for summer terms, and she said, hey, you know what? You're actually supposed to graduate. This is supposed to be your last semester. Who would have thought it? And then one day, I was walking across the stage a year later with my degree. When I write this stuff, I'm not just saying it because I want to sound good. I'm saying it to you because I know it works. Do not worry about how the plan will work. Do not worry about how people will look at you. Do not worry about how you're going to feel about yourself. Just go for it. Give the business a try again. Give the degree a try again. Give the relationship, if it's healthy, a try again. Go for it. You can do it. Don't worry about how. Yeah, sure, nobody taught you how to run the business. Sure, nobody taught you how to write the book. Sure, nobody taught you how to be married and maintain a healthy marriage. Sure, nobody taught you how to buy a house and maintain a house. Don't worry about how. Just worry about yes. Just know that yes, your plan can work. Just know yes, I'm good enough, and go for it. And I promise you, one day, somewhere in life, somebody's gonna come to you and they're gonna ask you, how did you do it? How did you make this happen? How did you be successful? And you'll be able to tell them, it all started the day I stopped asking how. Wait, before you go back to work or do whatever it is you have to do for the day, it's very important for you and I to stay connected. If we're gonna grow together, if we're gonna continue on this journey, the way we can be connected is on Facebook at Growth One on One, or by visiting the website at www.growth1on1.com. If you're viewing this footage just from YouTube, please check the description where you'll be linked to the direct website where you can read this week's post entitled The Day I Stopped Asking How. Now before you go, I want to tell you something. Have a great day, let nothing stop you, and remember, don't ask how, just go for it. See you next time. Sit tight, you and I, we're going places.